дуже радий бачити всіх тут в цій залі, малій залі школи джазового та естрадного мистецтва. Традиційний майстер-клас. Вони відбуваються у нас постійно, дуже різнопланові, джазові, рокові, гітарні, теоретичні, вокальні, фортепіанні. Головне, що сьогодні ми маємо змогу завдяки посольству Королівства Норвегія зустріти тут дуже почесного гостя. Музиканта, якого знають в цілому світі. Музиканта, який має премію Європейського Гремі. Це дуже серйозно. Музиканта, який однаково цікаво грає джазову музику і рок-музику. І відомий в світі саме як рок-музикант, десь, на мій погляд, це близько зеху в манері подачі матеріалу. Але останні роки він записав дуже велику кількість альбомів і дав дуже велику кількість концертів, пов'язаних саме з джазовою музикою. Саме тому єдина в Україні школа джазового та естрадного мистецтва вирішила представити вашій увазі його майстер-клас, а завтра, відповідно, концерт в нашій великій залі. Я думаю, це буде цікаво, це буде корисно, а саме головне, що і в подальшому ми зможемо ці матеріали надавати всім бажаючим. Це буде відповідний фільм знятий, як традиційно ми робимо з нашими майстер-класами і концертами, який буде в вільному доступі на нашому телебаченні і через систему інтернету. Отже, я думаю, ви всі прекрасно знаєте мову і проблем з вашими контактами не будуть, але все одно ми запросили нашу чудову Аню, яка буде допомагати в плані перекладу яких особливих аспектів нашої зустрічі. А я з великим задоволенням запрошую на цю сцену містера Фрьоде Барта. Містер Фрьоде Барт, please. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for inviting me, and I'm so happy to have translation here, and I know maybe not everyone understands English, so I think it's a good idea to have a translation. I will try to make everything simple. We could use this opportunity with this masterclass to do a lot of things, and I don't know who you are, so I would like to introduce myself a little. I think that I already was introduced. But I would like to tell you a little bit about what I do and my visions.
Так як Фродо не знає, хто ви, що ви з себе представляєте, тому він підготував для вас дуже багато різних і простих речей, не дуже. І він хотів би себе представити, але наш пан директор вже його представив. Проте він ще дещо зараз розкаже про себе.
And I could play for you, but I would really like to hear what you are doing, because I'm trying to find out more about Ukraine, and I know there's a lot of great musicians here, and I have some ideas for you guys how to try to get to some new areas, because when I'm around and listening to Ukrainian musicians, they know almost everything. I mean, they're very educated. They know almost everyone. They know names of musicians, but I don't see originality so much here.
Йому дуже цікаво, що ви себе представляєте. Він слухав дуже багато гарних українських виконавців. І вони знають все про музику, вони все слухали, вони все знають, але вони не мають своєї якоїсь оригінальності української.
Yes, and I work as a composer, I work as a guitar player, I work as a guitar teacher. I have a little school in Oslo, capital of Norway, and I'm a music producer, so I can tell you stories for 2 weeks. That I think could be interesting, really. But I would like to focus on what I can give to you that you can be inspired from.
Він не тільки виконавець, він ще композитор, він продюсер, він і викладач. В нього є невелика музична школа в Осло, це столиця Норвегії. І він хотів би донести до нас нову якусь ідею, щось нового нас навчити.
And as a guitar player, I started like most of the guitar players around in the world with, I still have my nails on my right hand. I educated classical guitar player, played all the standard material, but on the same time I had a jazz teacher. So I was working with jazz and improvisation from I was 8-9 years old. So I had a parallel. I had classic music and I had the jazz and rock and rhythmic music that I make my money from today.
Він навчався, він починав так само, як і всі наші учні з простого гітарного класу. І в нього були також і рани на пальцях, але він в 18-17 років почав навчатися джазу, імпровізувати, і таким чином він заробив собі на школу, на те, що він зараз себе представляє.
And I don't know if it's mostly classical guitar players here or it's more into jazz and blues or rock or whatever, but around the world almost everyone tried to play like the American players.
Він не знає, більшість тут гітаристів класичних або рок-гітар, але більшість грає зараз американський рок, американську музику в світі.
And now I'm talking about the rhythmic music and not the classical, because classical music and classical guitar is mostly a European tradition. But when it comes to blues and rock, that's typical American, yes.
В даний момент він нам розказує не про класичну музику, а про ритмічну, про ритміку, тому що класична музика, а вже ж походить з Європи, а блюз це прийшло до нас, ми всі знаємо, з Америки, з Нового Орлеану.
And I started, just like the most of the people, I started to play American style, and I love the American style, but I will never be American.
Він також, як і більшість людей в світі, починав грати в американському стилі, але йому подобається американський стиль.
And on every corner in America, I've been traveling a lot in America, you find extremely good blues guitar players, extremely good jazz players. They are so good, and that's their folk music.
І він бував в Америці, він каже, що в них дуже гарна блюзова музика, джазова музика. Це в них як народна, можна так сказати, так в них виходить від душі.
Yes, it's very hard for us from Europe to catch that little level up and play on the same level as an American people. We will always somehow be copy.
І дуже складно для нас, для європейського народу, перестрибнути їх, грати трошечки краще, тому що це для нас нетрадиційна музика.
And when I understood that I never will be American, even if I wanted so much when I was a student, I'm Norwegian and I know where I come from.
І коли він був студентом, він зрозумів, що він ніколи не стане американцем. Він норвежець, і він знає, звідки він походить.
Then I started to think about what is around me in Norway. We have beautiful nature like you have in Ukraine. We have a very strong folk music tradition. And I started to figure out what I could use from where I come from.
І тоді він почав думати і дивитися, що ж знаходиться навколо нього. Так.
Yeah.
І в них дуже гарна природа в Норвегії, в них дуже сильна народна музика, народні традиції.
So today I am a part of the Scandinavian and the Nordic jazz scene, and we are not like the Americanized jazz. We play in a more open contemporary style. It don't need to be free improvisation, but it's always an improvised possibility. It's compositions that you write down, but we have an open space that is not connected directly to American jazz.
Вони відносяться до скандинавського народу, і вони започаткували, можна так сказати, норвежський джаз. В них не така відкрита імпровізація, як в американського джазу. Але can you repeat the last?
Yeah, the Nordic jazz is not directly connected to American jazz. It's something different.
Норвежський джаз, він не прив'язан до американського джазу.
And I used to say when I travel and give master classes around the world that jazz without improvisation is empty. The whole concept of jazz is improvisation. The whole concept of blues is improvisation. But in all folk music around the whole world, it's improvisation. So we have jazz everywhere. It's not only in America.
Джаз без імпровізації – це пустота, можна так сказати. Джаз базується на імпровізації, і без імпровізації це не може бути джазом. Але у всьому світі народна музика – це також, вона базується на імпровізації. Тобто ми можемо казати, що імпровізація в нас є у всьому, по всій планеті.
And even if American jazz musicians are fantastic in their style, they are very, very interested in what's going on in Europe, because the new things in jazz is not going on in America now. It's in the Nordic countries.
І коли ми слухаємо традиційні звуки народної музики, ми можемо її поєднувати з джазовими якимись нотами, і це вже виходить в даному контексті норвежський джаз.
And we don't need to talk about jazz here, but it's just like an example of trying to inspire you to search for something that is around you and can be original. Because I don't know Ukrainian folk music very well. I'm very interested to find out more, but I would love to see more music that is coming from your backgrounds. And I hear very great musicians around, but it sounds for me like a copy of an American style. Everything I hear. So.
Ми не будемо розмовляти лише про джаз сьогодні. Фрьоде хоче надихнути нас на створення чогось нового, на пошук себе. І все, що він чув, це не було оригінальності нашої української. Він не дуже знайом з українською народною музикою, але все, що він почув, знаходячись в Україні, це все були копії американського стилю, американської музики.
But I don't, if you want to be American and try to be American, I mean, good luck, but we will never be, that's the point. But,
Якщо ви хочете бути американцями, жити в Америці, то, будь ласка, це ваша доля. Але все одно ви ніколи не будете американцями, тому що ми українці.
And I can say something about my guitar. My complex as a guitar player is that the string of a guitar is dying. Like a horn player, they can last, the note can be long, but the guitar is like, just a moment, here. You hear it? Finished. All right. Okay, so this string is lasting not so long, like, listen. That's finished. I have a little delay so you could hear that. I can take that away. Just a moment. No tricks. This is the sound. Finished. And I want that's no, I never liked that. You know, I want the guitar to sing, you know, like a voice. So I have a tricks. And I'm also the absolutely first one in Europe to use this trick. And I'll show you. Listen to this. I mean, I can imitate a voice. And I met this guy that made this system already in 1994. So I was the first in Europe to use this system. And it's very important for me to get a singing guitar that can do something that a normal guitar cannot do. Yeah.
Він був перший в Європі, хто почав користуватися такою, можна сказати, співучою гітарою. І це було в 1994 році, коли він з його знайомим розробили такий звук, так, систему таку.
Yeah, and I have also a sponsorship with a guitar brand called Taylor Guitars. I have a sponsorship. They are building guitar for me. It's a big American brand. And I have a sponsorship with a little robot. And how many guitar players is here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not so bad. Okay. You know, I've been playing guitar for more than 30 years. And you know, to tune a guitar, it will never be perfect because of the intonation problem with the neck. It will never be perfect. Can you, yeah?
Так, він розробив ще автомат з настройки гітари, тому що всі камертон називається для настройки гітари, так? Тому що всі камертони, які він користувався їми, вони були не, ну його вони не влаштовували.
So we use vibrato to cover and try to do intonation, yes? It's a big thing, but I will show you something that maybe you see before, but I have a sponsorship with a company in Germany that helped I untune my guitar a little bit here now, like this. Listen to this. This is not so nice, no? And you know, every day for years we tune our guitars. I mean, we are, you know, this is a part of our life, yes? All day long. You know, if you play guitar 20 years, you tune for 10.
Кожен день ми починаємо, гітаристи починають свій день з того, що вони настраюють свою гітару. Зараз він продемонструє, як цей робот, який вони придумали з німецькою компанією, як він працює.
So if you look at my tuners now, I will show you what I do now. It's changed my life completely. Look. You know, and then and in the studio work all day, it's a fantastic little thing. It's a little bit moody. Sometimes it's not so, you know, but it helps me a lot. You seen something like this before? Yeah. No. Yeah? No? Okay, and yeah. And I'm doing many things that is not typical for a guitar player. I use a bow, for example. This is not a violin bow, it's a bass bow for children. Because it's thick here, and this is the best what I can find. I will show you some example of what I can do. There's a lot of things going on. You understand what I mean? Huh? Yeah. I'm making a loop with some colors, and this is my Nordic universe.
Це в його уявленні його норвежська, вселенная норвежська.
You know, the jazz that is a part of the Nordic style, we don't play so fast anymore. I mean, for example, compared with America, you have another, you have lines, you know. These lines, like jazz patterns in Norway. I mean, it's a cold country, much colder than in Ukraine, I think. So we are colder the way we play. I mean, we have it's like it's long distance, like. So we try to put emotion into one note and not a lot of notes. We play much less, you know. We play little, but it's emotional and it can be very strong, but it's very different from the hot temperature that we usually think about in America and in Africa and Latin American countries. So it was a little example, and thank you, my best friend. It helps me a lot. You know, it's what more can I tell you? I mean, that's I'm doing a lot of things with electronic, but first of all, I need to have my sound. Before I put an electronic, I need to hear that I have the touch that is me and it's my sound. Not only this is a C. It's not like a C. I have to play. I have to get the touch in that sound that is me, and I've been working a lot with the sound. So before I even think about putting an effect, I need to know that this is my sound before I'm putting something I can buy in the supermarket or in the music shop. Everyone can buy if they have money, and they can buy these tools, but it's about being creative with the tools and not lose yourself inside of the effects. It should be a reason to use effects, and I think I have almost everything that is possible to use, but maybe I only use it one time. Maybe I use it a lot, and it depends, but only if I get a sound that I feel it's me. Okay, so questions?
Do you use Nordic folk scales. I know you have this fiddle with many resonant strings.
Yeah, I use a lot, and also in my compositions. I mean, for example, durian. You hear like you know, if you have a drone like. You know, you feel it. I mean, you can feel the Norwegian. You know, these kind of things is in our culture and in the fairy tales, and you know, the Viking spirit, like. And we have the same scales and that like everyone else, but we have a little different ornamentation. And in Norway, where we have big mountains and fjords, it's different ornamentation in every village. It's important.
Вони по-іншому дивляться, в них інше фразування ось на українській мові. Навкруги них знаходяться великі гори, фьорди. Вони це демонструють і в своїх музичних гармоніях, мелодіях.
Okay. Would someone like to play for me, and I can give feedback about how? I mean, I work with singers. I work with the best musicians around in the world, actually, that I can find. I was doing recording session in Paris with Manu Katché, and he plays with Sting and Peter Gabriel. I work with an album now with Michael Baker. He was drummer and musical director for Whitney Houston, that you probably heard about. It was a very sad story in the end, but she was probably the best singer in the last century. Whitney Houston, yes. I played with Chet Baker when I was very young, and that really changed my life. I understood that it could be poetry in music. And I play less and less for every year. I mean, it's just few notes I play now, but I try to put in something that is important for me when I play. And music is about communication and be able to present something that is honest artistically. Yes.
Ну, він працював з дуже багатьма музикантами, і з продюсером Вітні Х'юстон працював, і ще там Бейкером працював. Майкл Брейкер.
Michael Baker.
Baker. Who's
Yeah.
more?
No, I mean, I play a lot with great musicians, and that inspire me. I try to find the best original musicians I can play with, and I'm happy enough to be able to work with these people. And they usually like the way I play because I play different, and I have some visions about everything I do. I don't play a note without any meaning.
Ну, взагалі він ще до цього розказував, що перед тим, як якось додавати якийсь ефект, він завжди грає чисто ноту, музику, щоб послухати, як воно звучить в оригіналі, щоб вкласти свою оригінальність без всяких ефектів. І do you want to play with someone?
Yeah, I mean, I could play with you,
Хтось
or
має бажання
someone
зіграти?
want to play, and I can give feedback because I have, you know, I love to teach as well. Someone want to play, take the chance because now you have.
May I ask
Yes.
some question? What else folk you use, folk elements you use in your playing?
Yeah.
Like Dorian moth and ornamentation?
Lydian, Mixolydian. I mean, I use all the scales that is available, and also we don't have, like in blues. we have a bending thing, you know, like. You know, this kind of blues thing, you know, that we don't have in folk music in Norway. But I mean, I also borrow from America. I borrow from everywhere. I've been working in Bali. I've been working in Cuba. I'm a guest professor in university in Cuba. I work with African elements. I was in Greenland half a year ago and worked with folk music in Greenland, like from the Inuits. There's always, I mean, some elements that we can use, and I think it belongs to the universe. It don't need to be. I mean, if I can take something and borrow with respect from Ukraine and bring it with me, I mean, I think that it's you know, with respect you can borrow from everywhere, but you should know that we cannot really change nationality. We cannot change the platform we come from. Even if I love Indian music, and I would love to go and work in India, and I have a plan about it, I can never be Indian, but I can use the gold and you know, the beauty from Indian music as an inspiration, and yeah.
Питання було про лади, я так розумію, якими так він користується. Він відповів, що він користується і американською, і всі лади використовує, міксолодійський, і він вібрав в себе і американську культуру, і кубінську культуру, тому що він працював запрошеним професором на Кубі, і індійські якісь елементи він взяв. Це індійське золото з якимись елементи музичні. І з України він теж намагається найкраще вібрати в себе, почути це і використовувати в подальшому.
I can play a little composition, one of my compositions that have Nordic elements. And then in the meantime, someone would like to play? Yes? Yeah, cool. I play a little short one and you can hear some of my music, and then we will give the possibilities to you, okay? Someone want to play here? You? Come on, welcome. And I would like to give feedback, you know, and maybe I stop you, not because if it's not good or something, but just to use the time, yes?
Something
Up to you. You can play American if you want. Yeah. And if someone have questions, don't be shy. I mean, just ask, you know. I'm here and I would like to give you something back if I can. Yes?
When you improvise, do you use your own licks or you use licks that you have already heard in different?
No, I'm against licks. I don't use licks as a rule. I feel stupid when I play a lick. I had a teacher, jazz teacher, when I was 12, 13 years, and I asked him, please show me some licks. I don't know what to play, tell me shows. And he was very smart, and he said, no, find your own. So I was never really making copies from guitar players and play repeat solos. Because that's not my story, and so I don't use licks. And that's why I also play much more simple than many other guitar players, because I don't show off. I'm playing with what I hear in the moment. That's what I do, and that's my rule. Right?
Ну, його імпровізація не може повторитися, тому що він не грає якимось, не користуючись заготовками, все тільки від душі. Він коли спитав свого вчителя в 13 років, вчителя джазу, що вчитель сказав, це все в твоїй голові. Ти маєш сам себе направити, знайти себе.
I think I played it 25 years ago. Let me see if I can. Okay, let's take away the delay. Okay. 1, 2, 2. huh? They play very good. You know, they play very sweet. Okay, number one. You never look at each other. I mean, I didn't see much that you are having focus because you're here together and we can, you know, it's very important to communicate and we can communicate so much stronger. You know, we are here in the same room even. Sometimes we are not even in the same room. So I'm not so happy about that. You are not together, really together. You don't need to look too much, you know, but still you can be together when you play. And you should not look down in the floor. There is not interesting down there. And you know, and you can go inside of yourself, but it's that can be interesting, but you know, we need to communicate in a strong way. So the communication is not good enough. We will try again, but I will tell you more. I don't see that you have the beat. You know, you are rhythmically, but you are not into the beat. You don't use the foot, you don't need to do like this, but you have to be into the groove. And you're almost into the groove, but you're not there. You know, parure, parure, parudam, parure, parudam. You feel it in the body, you know. Not pam 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 pam. You know, it have to come, and you have to have the same beat. You know, and we should try to play the theme now together, and we should have the same groove. Okay? Just a moment. 1, 2, 1, 2. This is music. Now it's together. Now it's, you know, now it's working. And it's so big difference. You know, I mean, now it's really wow. It's fun and it's fun to play, and you play great. Now we have the rhythm. And one more thing: when you play the solos, you play a lot of nice things, and you play a lot of nice things, but you are not really singing the melody lines. You are playing like the fingers, and I catch you. I know. For example. Now I want you to play the solo, but you should sing it like this. You know, you have to sing it. It has to come from you. It should not come from your fingers. You know, like you, and you could maybe play even more simple, like. You see, then I'm singing it. It comes from me. It's not my fingers, you know. And now you should sing it out. It's not dangerous. We don't need to sing beautiful. Because I mean, just like George Benson, he's singing beautiful, but we don't need that. We just need to get the music from deep inside ourselves. And then if your fingers are playing, it don't need nothing. And too many people play with the fingers. Fuck this bullshit. Play with your soul. You know? Yeah, really. Come on, try it. Yeah.
One, two, three.
Listen, this was great. He did not play so technically, like first time, but he plays from his soul. You know, are you agree or what? You know, he plays honest. I love this. I mean, I want to hear this because he play his story, you know. And now it's the music that comes from him. He's not American. He don't know all the jazz licks, but he play now the music that is in his mind. I like very much, you know, and this, I think it should be rule number 1. It don't mean anything like if you just play it and it don't touch me. I mean, you can play very fast and you can know almost everything that it's possible to know, but it still don't touch me because it's not a story that connects. And there's so many musicians that play without connection. I don't understand why, because the whole point with music is we are together in this room, we communicate. I mean, we love music. We will try to, get into the musical universe. Yeah, that was really good. Well, I hope that you will go on like this. Great. Some more people would like to play? Yeah. Yeah, great. You also have to sing, man. Because we don't have so much time, but it's great. Yeah, great. Yeah.
Уже на сайте.
Знаешь, wave?
Уже в группе закинули.
Do you know wave?
Там где-то
Yeah, I think so. I mean, a long time ago. I
на
was
классе. А то,
like,
что ты пел на ютубе.
Yeah.
What key? Іноді. Типа, мажор, потім схемой зменшений. Ля, мінор. Блін, так
Stop. It's very important. I have to tell you this story. I don't know if I was here in this school 2-3 years ago, so I told some stories. Maybe I tell the same story again. But I think it was not the same people, no? No? Okay. Look, I came to Brazil first time. I was 22 and I won a scholarship in Norway, and I love Hector Villa-Lobos, that is Brazilian composer. And I needed to play audition to go into the museum to see the original handwritten compositions of Villa-Lobos. And I was sure I could play bossa nova. This is bossa nova style. And this is very important. They kicked my ass because I think I could play bossa nova. I played like this, like. It sounds okay, but it's bullshit. Listen now, the bossa nova starts with the upbeat, like this. Listen, not with the bass. This is Norwegian style. Bullshit. Everyone in Norway play like this. It's bullshit. I don't play like this. I know how to play. You have to start with the upbeat, like, listen. And the bass is very important. Listen, the bass always very simple. Boom, 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 boom. And maybe a little variation, but very little. The sophisticated thing is with the rhythm, like listen on the D, 3, 4, like. No, not bum, 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 bum. Only listen now. Yeah, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Perfect. That was bossa nova. You can see it's so simple and it works, And that's the whole thing with the bossa nova. So many people, they don't understand it. And they kicked my ass, and now I understood, and now I can give it to you. Like, and all, let's go back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. But would you like to play this quite complicated? You want to play solo on top of?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's try to give him a solo now. And what about if you start to sing immediately?
Oh.
Why not? Just like a lesson, you know, like, okay? You try to play.
Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, 1, 2. 1, 2.
Baby, boom, boom, dum, da, 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 da.
Sorry, again. Very good. I mean, it was good, but we fucked up. Sorry, yeah. 1, 2, and 2.
Da-dum, da-dum, dum, da-boop-ba-boom, da-da-dum, da-da-dum,
Do you think he will get a girlfriend in Brazil if he sing like this? No, this is not. It's not emotional enough. Play the chords. Listen to me. Okay, listen. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Again. Take some breaks. Okay, you know, I like more space, you know, like. You know, keep the long notes, like one more time. 3, 4, and. Break, break. Baby, baby, baby. You know you have. You know, you never know when you improvise, but it's about, you know, you have to try to get there into the feeling. You know, I mean, it's at least try, you know. You know? Yeah. Good.
So it's like everything is in music is like feeling.
Absolutely. I mean, without feeling, there is absolutely no meaning with music. You know, I mean, okay, you can have intellectual music, but not so many people get touched, you know. It can be interesting for the brain, but music, I mean, I think the reason why so many people need music is because of the emotions, not the mathematically, aleatoric or the 12-tone system and so on. It's an interesting concept, but it's not touching, you know. I think it don't touch so many people. You see, there is so many love stories, so many love songs, and maybe too much. But it's about feelings. No? Yeah. You're welcome. That's great. Go to Brazil. If he's not married, he should get to Brazil, you know. Huh?
But I can go to Brazil as my girlfriend.
Good. That's a good idea. Bring her. She will be. Otherwise, it would be a problematic relation if you go alone, because you probably never come back. Okay. How much time I have? Is some questions? So I mean, we can do whatever, you know. I mean, I'm here for you. I mean, someone want to play? No one want to play more? No? You can play a blues, you know. Let's go straight to America. Okay, come on. You know, I mean, okay. What is blues? Someone, tell me. Tell me about the blues.
It's sad.
Not always.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks blues is always sad. Don't need to be. It's a GPS now. You try to tell me about the blues in Russian? That's cool. Tell me, what is about the blues? When is the blues starting? No, where is it? 200 years ago? 300? Is it Africa? Is it America? What tell me?
America.
Very good, in the beginning, yes. And where did it start? No, doesn't matter exactly where, but did it start in the supermarket? Did it start in what?
I know that Congo Square. Congo Square is dances.
But don't you? I mean, you're the whole point. The slavery. It is a slavery thing. I mean, it was people that came from Africa as slaves. They had no freedom, and to survive, they were singing about the hope to be free and one day be respected like normal people. Yes, and it was in the cotton fields, and there was, they had metal on their, on their legs. But it's not African. It's very important. Blues is a mix with America and Africa. Because in Africa there is no, I mean, it's blues elements, but it's not the real blues like we usually think about it. Blues is starting in the early 1900s from the slavery, and they are singing about freedom mostly, but it can be all kind of things because they wanted to have a physical contact or have a normal life, and they did not have. So it's a lot of blue notes, and the blue notes you think about like sadness. Yes, can you play a blue note? Yes. No, it's not blue. Yes. You have to get the notes that don't exist on the piano. We have the most violin, you can sing them. Yeah, you're bending, you're bending exactly. And there's out of tune, it's really out of tune, and still we like it. Kind of most of the people like it. And one very important thing, if you have a major 7 accord, listen. Play one. Yes. On this major is a major, and still we like to play a minor. Listen to this. It's completely crazy. It's wrong. But still, we are living in a world that we accept this now because it's been going on for a long time, and we start to like it more and more and more. And it's in every pop music around the world. Without blues, no jazz. Without jazz, no pop music like we know today, or even electronica or MDM. No, not possible. We are standing on the history. So when we play the minor, can you play the minor third on A? Yes. Stop. On there, this one. Please. Yes. Can you play the major? Yes. Play the chord. Play the chord. This is the blues in a little piece, little box. The whole thing about blues is this one. Listen. You think, wow, you're a motherfucker. You like it's like it's irritating. It's irritating, and on the same time, this is we know we hear that it's not exactly beautiful, but it's cool. So we are mixing minor and major all the time, and this is acceptable. And there is one more very important keynote, and this is the tritonus, the flat 5. Can you play the flat 5? Yes. And the flat 5 was forbidden in the Catholic Church on the 14th century because they think we are calling the devil when we play this interval. So it is not joke. It was forbidden in the church because they don't want to have the devil in the church, and the composers was making jokes about it because the priests didn't understand this. So they were still using it like in the compositions, but you have to be very careful because it was forbidden. Yes? So listen to this. It's like almost like a nightmare. You play the flat 5, you play a major 7. 3, 4. You feel that, this is not so easy. This is some stuff going on, Okay, this is the most important 2 notes, but there's one more thing. You have the 7th. Another, because you put the 7 on every harmony, like boom, boom, boom. Yes, play the 7 and play just the 7. Yes, and listen. It's quite full of tension. Yes. Now we will have a little blues session. We will play a blues in A. I will play one round with you, 1 solo each, and I want you all to sing it when you play. Okay? You know, I mean, you don't need to sing in the microphone, but you have to sing so you know that it's coming from you. It has to be your blues, even if you are not a slave, not traditional slave. We are all kind of slave in some universe because the world is very rough, and sometimes we maybe feel like we are slaves. But we have to search for freedom in all perspective. Are you ready? Okay, one. You play first solo. I play and you do. 1, 2, and nice elements, but I feel still that you don't really play out like the phrase like you have to say something like you have to say I think I love her, like I love her, and this is something different. I mean, you know if you love, or you don't know if you love. That's okay. If you don't know, I mean, it's not talk about something you know. You know, like you have to play. You should not be afraid to say something. Or if you don't know what to say, you can also be quiet. You know, I mean, it's cool with space. You know, like for example, give me one round. For example, 1, 2, 3. I wait. That's cool. See? That's what I want to say, and I repeat it. Say it a little bit more. I have a message and I want to say it many times because I really believe it's important for the world. Something like this. If it's just like then I will probably not remember anything after. But you know, this is like it's something that you're standing for. Yes. You know, yes. If you say like this, it's a chance that I believe you, that I really understand that you want to tell me something. You know? So we try one more time and we play only one and don't play so much, you know, play little and be connected to what you play. Okay? But this time we need a bass solo. because he didn't have it last time. So now we will have him, and you. Okay, I will stand outside even if I like to play. Okay, yes, but now don't play a lot, but come up with something that you mean. Okay, even if you take a chance, maybe you're not happy about it, but try to mean it, you know. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It was quite much better, but still we are not really there. First of all, we forget about what I started in the beginning. You're not really playing together. You're in your own worlds. And you have a band here with 2 guitars and a bass player, and it's fantastic. And we've been, we could have so much fun together. And it looks like you are in separate worlds. You're quite close because you know how to play blues, kind of. But you're still not inside the same room where I would like to see you, in that dirty club. It smells shit and it's smoke and you don't have cleaned your clothes for a long time or something like this. And you was quite good because you was at least looking a little bit on him when you played. I mean, you need to play together. I mean, it's nothing. It's not dangerous to look. And check out what's going on. And you play very good, but you are not, you're almost like you are blind. And you are not blind. And you was playing also a lot of notes. Maybe you could play even simpler. One more time, last time, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2. Yourself, and you could not keep up the concentration outside. You was doing right with your eyes, but you was going inside when you played. You need to be strong enough to keep the focus on the musicians that you play with. You not only look in the direction and you are blind, you need to see when you are looking on each other. It can be small elements, but it's very important. And you can look at the people that is listening to you. You can take the room, And it's not so interesting to look down on the guitar neck and the bass. It's much more interesting to see, to look at the audience and give them, so they understand that you really play for them. Otherwise they don't come to your show. And we need, people like to feel that they are a part of it. And this audience here is excellent. They are top-class audience sitting here now. And you need to appreciate them. They are coming a long time. They've been traveling maybe for many days to get here, to listen to you guys playing the blues. You know, you have to give them. You know, and you need to show that you know how to give. So this is very, very important. I hope you will not forget, because otherwise you don't have anyone that would like to buy your music or come to your shows. I think that have to be enough, yeah? Yeah. Thank you very much. Is there some more questions in there? No?
Thank you.
Yes?
I really want you to play in rock, so I want to hear Nordic rock.
Like a rock solo?
Nordic rock.
Nordic rock, yes.
And then you can go on YouTube and see when I smash my guitars. You know, I mean, I'm smashing guitars in the shows. You know, I mean, and if we do go into rock thing, and I'm doing maybe the only one in Norway that smash guitars. And then, you know, but this I cannot do here. You know, I mean, you can check it in YouTube. You know, more, yeah. It's okay.
Oh, it's all right. It's okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Ми дуже вдячні Фреду Барті за цей прекрасний майстер-клас, який він провів в нашій школі. Я думаю, це не остання наша зустріч. Я впевнений, що ми будемо зустрічати ще і з ним, і з іншими музикантами всесвітньо відомими. Окей, thank you very much. Thank you. Да, ну мы все это снято, ты что, все это посмотришь. Лобушева не было.
No, I can't play your balalaika. I can't play Finnish balalaika.
Да, ну мы все это снято, ты что, все это посмотришь. Лобушева не было. Лобушева не было. Лобушева не было.